What up guys, Sanitary 103, thanks for watching another video. So right off the bat, I know some of you vegans out there are probably going to get a little bit offended, and I titled this video the way I did because I wanted to catch your attention, hopefully watch a few minutes of this video if you choose to. So I want to talk about vegans and this whole vegan craze, this whole vegan movement. Now, it's been gaining a little bit more steam over the years. There's a few YouTubers out there that are pretty popular. The recent one is Vegan Gains, and another one is Durian Rider. He eats the 30 bananas a day. And then Freely, I believe, that's his girlfriend, I think. I've seen a few of their videos, but this video is not going to just be about them, okay? This is going to be about just the whole vegan situation in general. So I have a problem with some vegans. Now, not all vegans. Now, I personally don't care what type of lifestyle you live, what type of diet you have, whatever works for you, that's completely fine. The problem lies in the fact when you have an agenda and or you start spewing out information slash spotty studies that are pretty inconsequential, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So there are two main issues that vegans have against meat eaters, well, some vegans that is. The one issue is morality in terms of animal abuse, and the second is about your own health, basically stating that eating meat can be extremely detrimental to your health, for example, cause cancer. So let's tackle the first issue with the whole animal abuse. Now, I don't want any animals getting abused. I am aware that in America, the slaughterhouses are not ideal. I have watched the movie Food Inc. I haven't seen what's it called? Forks Over Knives yet, and there's some other documentaries. But for me, I try to eat grass-fed as many times as I can for my meat. I definitely try to eat organic. If you guys have been watching my channel that have subscribed, you guys know that I do free range, cage-free on my eggs. I also shop at farmers markets and try to support local businesses. I've been preaching that for a while. Now, some of you guys out there might be saying, well, you know what, the FDA, they don't even, their regulations are not as strict. That's probably true, but at the very least, I try to be at least cognizant and aware of the situation and try to eat as healthy as possible. But I'm not ready to give up meat, and that's just my personal preference. I don't care if you guys want to, eat vegetables and eat grains and be a vegan. I don't go on your guys' channels and start telling you guys which vitamins and minerals you're probably going to be deficient in. You're probably going to come up with some study that says that meat is really, really bad for you. And speaking of studies, like any argument, anyone can handpick or cherry pick a study, an obscure study, and spout off information and give you all these links, but I'm all about scientific certainty. Okay, there's a few things that have been documented and significantly proven unequivocally without a doubt that causes cancer. One is smoking. I'm not going to get into that. It's pretty obvious. Okay, drinking a lot can mess up your liver. There's no debating, all right? But when you guys say that meat, directly eating meat causes cancer, or eating eggs causes cancer, you guys really need to check yourself, okay? So for every study, clinical study that you want to spout off, there's going to be a couple of other studies, multiple studies that counter it. And I did my own little research. Well, you know what I also did is that I work at a cancer center. For my subscribers, you guys probably already know, but if you're a vegan, you're probably watching this video, you're not subscribed to my channel. And so I basically work in a radiation oncology center. I've been working at that for a good 9 years. I treat patients undergoing radiation therapy. So anyway, because this whole debate with cancer and saying that meat causes cancer, what did I do? I went to a couple of my colleagues, some very intelligent, highly professional, well-educated colleagues. I went to 2 doctors. Both of them have medical degrees. Both of them graduated top of their class. Both of them went to Stanford residency. You know how hard it is to get into a Stanford residency in oncology. It's extremely, extremely competitive. And both of them also have PhDs, okay? PhDs in clinical research with respect to cancer research. Now, I don't know about you, and I'm not saying every doctor knows everything, but I would rather take their word, or at least in my mind, it holds a little bit more validity from an established doctor than some 17 or 18-year-old who wants to jump on the vegan bandwagon and just get crazy and start saying, yeah, vegans is the way to go, veganism is the way to go, because Vegan Gain said it causes cancer, and because this person says it causes cancer, it must cause cancer. By making statements like that, you're actually looking pretty stupid and absurd. You gotta slow your roll a little bit, okay? You gotta look at both sides of the spectrum, and that's part of the problem. When you have your own agenda and you're just trying to drive that agenda home no matter what, and you're lashing out on people, and you're just trying to make other people feel bad, that's where you're going a little bit overboard. Now, I'm not saying some of these studies that you have about meat and some correlation with potential cancer, I'm not saying there's no validity to it at all. I'm not going to say that at all. But there's so many different factors, and to just extrapolate and say that meat itself causes cancer is way too far-fetched. So going back to the couple of doctors that I asked, the first doctor in passing, I almost felt weird asking her, but I had to ask her. She brushed it off kind of like, there's no studies. And she's like, no, you can eat meat, it's fine. She's like, you don't need to worry. And there's no scientific data with it. No data that's 100% unequivocally says that meat causes cancer. She said, don't even worry about it. I told her, I'm not worried about it. It's just I want to get another opinion because I do health and fitness videos. So that was the one doctor. The second doctor, I was hoping to get more information, and I did. She basically had the same thoughts that I kind of had, and she said that although eating stuff that's like high in fat, which often, if you eat a lot of red meat, there are some indications that a really poor diet in general, high in fat, may lead to some cancer, but to say directly that it is caused from meat, she said it's just, you cannot make that jump because correlation does not equal causation. Her main driving point, and this is what I believe in too, is it's all about moderation. Moderation, okay? There are a few things for sure you don't want to do, like if you barbecue, she mentioned that too. When you barbecue a lot and you get those little char marks, those carcinogens, that black stuff, you don't want to be ingesting that every day of the week. So it's all about moderation. And another point I wanted to bring up is no one on this planet, I don't care if you're a vegan, a meat eater, vegetarian, paleo, Atkins, whatever it is, no one on this planet is immune to getting cancer. Vegans could get cancer, I could get cancer, your next door neighbor, anybody can. And I speak from actual personal experience with this. I've treated patients going through radiation treatment that, there's one lady, she was a marathon runner in her 40s, didn't smoke, didn't drink. What'd she get? She got cancer. Then there's other people I know. I knew a childhood friend, his grandma, chain smoker, left and right. Might as well just call her Smoke Dog from Friday. She lived to like 90 plus, no lung cancer. There's other people that have never smoked a day in their life and they get lung cancer. And that brings me to another YouTuber that some of you vegans were lashing out on, and that's to Furious Pete. If you don't know Furious Pete, he's a competitive eater. He eats huge amounts of food, and he had testicular cancer last year, I believe. And some of you vegans have the audacity in the comment section, or even sent him some mail through his P.O. box, I don't know, through email, whatever, in the comment section, and you guys said that he got cancer, okay? You're making this bold statement that he got cancer, testicular cancer in particular, because he ate meat. Do you understand the statement that you're making based on a few studies here and there? That's a real ballsy and inconsiderate statement to make. You want to get all those links and studies, go ahead and grab them and go to any reputable medical cancer center and show them to some people that actually really know about cancer, the ins and outs. We're probably at this level. They have so many studies they'll back it up, and they'll probably laugh at you in your face. And then what are you going to say? You're going to come out with another obscure study? The doctor's going to just come out with 50 more. And some of you vegans are probably going to leave some links down below. And whatever, I'm open to reading them, but don't force feed your agenda down people's throats, because there's more to one side of the story. So I am all about open discussion. You want to leave some links, that's completely fine. Like I said, there could be some correlation here or there, but to say that it directly causes cancer, eating meat, that's just jumping the gun way, way too early. And for the vegans that are not pushing it down your throat, that's completely cool. You want to live that lifestyle, that's fine. But for the ones that are constantly criticizing others, you're not doing it the right way. It kind of reminds me when I went to college and there was a preacher or a pastor on campus, and he was trying to spread the word of Christianity. Instead of being respectful about it and being non-confrontational, he was yelling, spewing out stuff. And instead of getting his point across, he was getting other people defensive. And although this pastor had good intentions, he was turning this situation into a bunch of theatrics. And you don't want to do that. If you really want to educate other people and you want them to maybe have a little bit of an open mind towards being a vegan, then there's better ways to doing it. Attacking people isn't the way to do it. It's common sense, guys. When you attack someone, what happens? People get defensive. So enough with the rambling. That's it. Whatever lifestyle you want to live, that's completely fine. Be respectful towards other people's opinions. Be open-minded, and hopefully everyone can get along. See you guys next time. Bye.